Conference Life on the Spectrum. Hello, everyone. I'm Laura Gilmour, and I'm a PhD candidate at the University of Alberta in Canada and an autistic self-advocate. Today, I'm going to talk to you about something that many students do around this time of year. And no, I don't mean spring break. I'm talking about conferences and how to survive them and network when you're on the autism spectrum. Conference basics. Many students in STEM fields participate in research, and sometimes students get the opportunity to present research. Conferences can range from ones for students, such as the poster presentation I attended in 2010 as a student, where all students in my class get to share their topic and future research with their classmates and professors. There are also bigger conferences, even some international ones. Poster and presentation pointers. My first experience with a big conference was in 2012 when I got the opportunity to present a poster at the International Meeting for Autism Research. One of the first steps was poster prep. I learned from my mentors that posters have to be visually appealing, use colors that are easy on the eye. I was told that blue themes are often good, and to avoid being too wordy. Easy to read fonts are good, like Arial, and the key is to be appealing but not too busy with visuals. Also, don't assume that everybody will know all the terminology you use, as conferences have people from many backgrounds, including lay people. When you have a poster or give a talk, you're going to get questions from people when you're standing by it. Practice answering questions with friends or colleagues in preparation for this. I did this with both my supervisors prior to conferences and with family members and friends who didn't know the subject matter. Making connections. Networking lunches are often a good atmosphere for networking in my experience, and less overwhelming and loud than evening events. A quick supper or coffee with a few people at the conference who have common research interests may also be a good way to catch up and connect. For the most part, try to stay on topic in conversations when in the presence of people who don't know you well, as some of these people may be future co-workers and employers, and you want to appear as professional and serious as possible. Print out business cards with your university contact information, and also have a sheet of paper out by your poster or talk session where interested people can give you their email for further correspondence. Walk around and look at the other posters and listen to talks and speak with presenters who have posters or talks that overlap with your research, and ask questions and exchange emails. You can't do everything. We know when we've had enough, and many of us can't go all day and all evening. For some of us, after a busy day, an evening curled up in bed playing phone games is much more appealing than the evening mixer. I lack the energy to do the evening social events after busy days, and would by that time not be productive at communicating or networking. These evening events also often have loud music, abnormal lighting, and people under the influence of alcohol, so more disorienting in my personal experience. Network and attend as many sessions as you can, but nobody attends all of them, and you need to balance that need for downtime and retreating in your room to keep yourself in professional mode when around others and conserve energy. Responding to the rude. Be prepared that sometimes rude people will attend conferences. Everybody receives reactive responses occasionally to the work. Have a few canned responses in your hand. Example, I'm sorry you feel that way, or if you would like more information about this, please refer to. I still remember my undergraduate research project. I presented at International Meeting for Autism Research in 2012. The study involved data about a specific minority group other than autistics. And this individual came up to the poster and expressed negative reviews of this group. I felt uncomfortable and somewhat on the spot, and my mentor was away from the poster at the time. I froze for a second and then responded with, I'm sorry you feel that way. Thankfully, the person walked away. Afterwards, I was able to vent with my mentor and another colleague from graduate school who attended the conference and reflect on the best way of handling these type of situations. But I had to remain poised and professional in front of this person being confrontational. Discussion for expressing frustration was for later when I was with two people I knew and who were familiar with my research topic. Often trying to convince somebody to change their opinion can make them hold on to their viewpoints more and sometimes be even more distrustful of academics or health professionals. Google something controversial in STEM unrelated to autism, such as climate change, and look at some of the comments and discussions, and you'll see what I mean about this. Sometimes agreeing to disagree and walking away and changing the subject is the only solution. Conferences are not the time for highly heated debates as they are professional settings. Non-STEM conference considerations. If you are able to afford to get a room alone, do so. You will appreciate some space. The next best thing is to room with somebody you know well and are comfortable with, and who is respectful of your space and need for downtime. The first time I went to a conference, I shared a room with my mentor, as it was my first time away from home without family or at a childhood camp, and I appreciated the help with transitioning to a new environment and navigating an unfamiliar city. However, once I became a more confident traveler, I much preferred to room a room alone and meet colleagues for dinner or a chat. But that first time traveling, I experienced a turbulent plane landing, which had me feeling slightly rattled for most of the conference and was uncomfortable with asking for directions, if lost, or even with simple things such as calling a cab if I took a walk and couldn't find my way back. I was nervous to even wander the hotel alone. You'll survive and learn. Now I'm quite a confident traveler, and I've had my share of mishaps. I got through at both conference travel and traveling with some friends from university on non-academic trips. I think my most risky learning experiences were deciding to arrive early to an airport for a 6 a.m. flight and realizing that the airport was closed at night and standing alone outside in the dark at 2 a.m. Or stepping in a wasp nest in the woods and being stung 5 times and having a reaction. Thankfully not life-threatening, just very uncomfortable. Both of those situations taught me to prepare in advance, such as making sure the airport is open before I go and having appropriate allergy meds with me. You will travel and you will have mishaps and adventures, and statistically you will survive them and become a more confident and independent person, as well as grow your career. Good luck on your adventures, and bye for now. Just because this vlog has ended doesn't mean you have to leave the site yet. Stairway to STEM has lots of other great content by me and the rest of its contributors. You can also search and subscribe to Stairway to STEM on YouTube for more great content about autism and STEM. You could really spend all day looking at STS material. All autism and STEM all the time.